Hello everyone, thanks for joining us. We wanted to make a quick little video up for you because when I was a kid, track and field was one of those things I always looked forward to. When I was really young, it was just called fun days, and we would get out there and we'd run and jump and skip and play all these games against each other and such. And then as I got older, it was bigger competitions and further away. Well, one of the things that Helena said to us right away when all of this started was, what did you tell me, Helena?
That I was going to miss track and field.
She was going to miss track and field. So when the school put out a challenge and asked if somebody would come up with an event or some sports and stuff like that for the kids, we jumped right on it. So I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope it all helps to build you up and help you get through this time when we can't get out there and do all the things we love to do. Okay, so first of all, you should have, as well as this video, a track chart. And that track chart will have all of the different events that we've planned out for you on there. The different days, day 1, day 2, day 3. You can put the date on there that you're going to do it. You should have that with you, and as well as a pen to mark down your times. The other thing you're going to need is some water so you stay hydrated. Some of our different events you're going to need a few tools with. So for the long jump, the standing long jump and running long jump, you're going to need something to mark your spot that you jump to. So you can use chalk if you've got chalk. A lot of kids have got sidewalk chalk kicking around, or you can use pencils. And we'll show you how to use those after as well. Pencils to mark each person. The other thing you're going to need is down here. So with a lot of these, it's done by time. So you'll need something like a cell phone to time yourself so you know how long you took. Then you're going to need something for the family relay, something that you can pass back and forth. What we picked was a water bottle. So you can see how if Helena holds it in one spot, I can easily grab it at the other side. So anything that you've got at the house that you can do that with is perfect. And then pine cone toss. We picked pine cone toss only because not everybody's going to have a ball. Not everybody's going to have the space to throw a ball, but with pine cones, you got some space. You don't need a lot of space because they're not going to go really far, but you're still able to practice the movement of a ball throw. Okay, once you've got all of that together, we're ready to get started. Okay, next thing you need to do is find yourself a great spot to measure. Maybe a line, and you can use your chalk to make your own line if you don't have a spot. What we're doing is using the pathway along our street here. So as you can see, Helena's all lined up. Just like in a track meet, you have to have your toes right behind the line. So Helena can edge up a little bit, but she can't go over that line. And then we're ready to... Okay, for those of you that have never seen the standing long jump is a fun one. You just have to find your mark, where you're going to go, and do some really good swings with those arms. See how Helena bends her knees, swings those arms? That's what you want to do. And you can warm up a couple times doing that. And then as soon as you're ready, you give yourself a big jump. And then as soon as you do your jump, you have to stand super still. Don't move, Helena. We're going to let Helena do it again, and then I'm going to show you how we mark it. Okay, so now we've marked the spot where Helena is. So right at the back of her shoe there, we've marked. We've also marked with that pencil crayon. So if you have a spot in your backyard, you can just use your pencil crayon. The other thing that might work is a crayon. Anything to mark the spot so you know exactly where you landed, so that when the next day when you go to do it, you can do it again and see if you can get that little bit further, because that's what this is all about. The next step is actually figuring out how far did I jump. So you can come up with any way. Helena's going to just measure out by stepping one foot in front of the other and counting out how many. Oh, and look at that. She almost got it exact. So you can do it that way. If you have a measuring tape at home, you can get your dad's measuring tape out and do the same thing. All right, so we got the measuring tape as well so we can see exactly what Helena jumped. Now we're going to mark it down. So as soon as you mark it down on the paper, you've got a record there to show us exactly where you've jumped to. Now, this is the most important thing about this whole track meet. Your only competition is yourself. So we don't need to post it and this is how far I went and how far did you go. What we need to do is improve on our own distance each and every time. So that's the whole idea behind this, is your competition is just yourself. And if each day you work at it, and each day you're going to notice that you're going to get a little bit further and a little bit further. You're going to get sometimes where you get way back behind, but on a lot of times you're going to get further and further ahead. All right, improving every day. So mark it down, get it on your chart. And here's Jada with her standing long jump. Jada's been doing this a little bit longer, so she has a little bit more technique into it. And a little bit more distance. But again, we're just competing against ourselves.
Wow, she's past mine!
Okay, next we're going to do running long jump. And rather than going on the concrete itself, we decided to use this grass strip. So here's a strip of grass right here. Helena's going to come up, and when she reaches this spot right here, then she's going to take off and do her jump. That way she can land on the grass and it's not going and fall, and it's not going to hurt. Yeah. That one was way better. And if we had sand, we would be able to mark that really easily. But unfortunately, we don't have sand. So, a little bit trickier to mark. But you notice how the first one was a little bit harder for her. Sometimes what we're going to have to do is practice it a few times before we actually mark it down. Okay, here we go. There we are, we're all marked, and now it's time to measure.
Okay, the next one's called 3 house dash. So we've got 1, 2, 3 houses, and we've got a timer. And so I'm gonna go all the way down there, and my mom will be up here videoing me. And I have to go all the way to the grass there, and all the way down there's like a cone down there that I have to start at.
And what are you going to do?
And I'm going to sprint up.
As fast as you can, right? And we're going to time to see how long it took her to do the 3 house dash.
And for like, if you guys are gonna do it, I would not recommend a big hill,
but she's going to do a hill just because she wanted a challenge. All right, go get to your. All right, we had to switch sides of the roads because a car came and parked right in the middle of our racetrack. All right, these are the things that we have to deal with this whole pandemic. Our racetracks are not the same as they usually are. All right, here goes Helena. And here she comes across the finish line and stop. Awesome job, awesome job. Okay, and there we go, writing down her results. So each day when you do it, then you can make sure you start and finish at the same spot and then write down your results. And again, you're just trying to better your own race speed, not worry about whoever else is running along with you, especially if you have siblings, younger or older, that want to do the same race. They each have their own page, right, Helena?
Yep.
Each one has their own page, so each person can go against themselves, not against each other. So if you're older, you know, that 12, 14, you're going to need to do a little bit of stretching. Once you start doing a growth spurt, that's when you really need to make sure you're stretched out and ready to go. We'll go through some of that stretching afterwards. Nicely done. Go, go, go as fast as you can. Faster, faster, keep going, faster. Go, go, go all the way through.
Good job.
Nice. Okay, and a big part of our track and field meet is always my favorite, the long distance running. So the 1,500 and the 3,000, which is a little bit hard to track. So what we decided was we're going to go down. So if you look way down to where all those cars end, that's where Jada's going to run down to the very end of our street and back again. Helena as well is going to run all the way down to the very end and back again. Alicia, of course, is going to go a little bit shorter than that. We don't need her to run all the way down there. So here we go.
Get set. Go.
We're just doing one at a time. Because again, it's not a competition between each other. It's just a competition to see how fast you can do it on your own. And then the next day, can you improve on that? So Peter's timing her. Here we go. We'll wait for her to come back.
Why is it?
There you can see her all the way down there. She's almost halfway. Here she goes. That's it. Keep going. Here she comes. Big finish. Big finish. Big finish. Ready with the timer. Woo! Your marks. Get set. Go. There she goes. She's going to go down to the end and back. Let's see how long how long it takes Jada to get this done. And then tomorrow we'll get to see if she can just improve it that little bit more. All right, so here she comes. Here she comes. Big finish, Jada. Big sprint in the finish. That's it. Hard, hard, hard. Nicely. On your marks. Get set. Go. This is Alicia on her long distance. So we called this twice around the house only because, you know, some of you will only be able to do a little loop around your house. We're lucky enough to live on a street here where we can go just down the street and back up again with no problem. So here she comes. Again, she's just doing the shorter trip down to the street. So you pick out your distance, and then if you find it's not long enough, you can do it longer. That's it. Go, Alicia. Go. Big finish all the way through. That a girl. Woohoo! Whoa. That was a big throw. Okay, so like we said before, instead of doing a ball throw, we picked a pine cone because pine cones can't go quite as far as like a baseball or any of those other balls that we could possibly use. So we're using pine cones. So here we go with Helena's throw. As you can see, we're using a line and we're doing our toss. It goes way out here. Great job. Great job. Here's Alicia. Go. She went a foot over the line there. So same as when we're doing the running long jump, we still need to have a start spot where we can't have our foot go over. And here's Helena. Beautiful technique. Whoa, I had to duck on that one. And here's Jada for her big toss. Nice technique. And, oh, she just missed the truck. Good thing. Get set, go. Okay, this is the relay race. So this is a family relay. So what we're doing is we've picked the post. Now, Helena's going to pass it off to Alicia, and Alicia's going to run it up here to her dad. Come on, Alicia! She's going to run it up here, and then she's going to get to her dad, pass it off, and he's going to take it and run it back down to Jada. We're timing it. The whole time we're timing this to see how fast they can do it. And they're going to pass off that baton, and Jada's going to come in with the sprint at the finish. That's it. Go, 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 go. Just like every great track and field meet, there is a snack bar. And so everybody gets a couple coupons and they get to come and get a treat. As long as They have been working hard, good attitude, and ready to keep on going. All right? So make sure your mom's got, whatever little treats. It could be a cookie. It could be an apple. It could be some pizza. It could be a freezy. It could be a frozen yogurt tube. Maybe you don't have any popsicles and you can quickly make up some popsicles and pop them into the freezer. So tomorrow you do have something for your run. Okay, that about sums up our track and field event. What we didn't touch on yet is our warm-up. So warm-up is something that we have to be cautious of and make sure we take care of if we are preteen and older, and especially if you're trying to get mom and dad to do the running around with you. Maybe make sure that they do a little bit of stretching and warming up. But as youngsters, we don't actually have to do much stretches and things like that. Our bodies are just ready to go at that young age. So here we go with a few stretches. One of the things we want to do first is just do a jog. So figure out where your 3-house dash is going to be. Jog down, jog back again. And once you've done that, you can jump into some of these exercises, starting with jumping jacks.
How many should I do?
That's good. That's good, Helena. Can you show us also how to do some of our lunges, forward and side? So you just want to make sure that you really stretch that out, back and forth. And you can hold it for a little bit. You can go through and do as many as you want to make sure that you feel fully stretched out. And then forward. Do a little twist like that. That really helps when we're doing the ball throw exercises, and make sure that we don't throw out our backs at all. Right?
You don't want your knee to pass the foot.
That's right. You don't want to have your knee so forward that it passes your toes. All right, so let's do some over the head stretches with our arms. Yeah, we can do that on both sides. That's going to help us out with that ball throw, and across the front on both sides. And again, you guys can go through these a bit more. She's not going to do her running now. We just wanted to make sure we go through a few exercises to help you guys. You can do some things like a high kick. That helps with those stretching those back muscles that we'll use when we're doing our jumping. Well, also you can do some squat jumps. You know how to do the squat jumps? I didn't go through that with you. Where you jump and tuck your knees up.
Oh, these.
Yep. So you can do a few of those. That'll help you with those same muscles that you use when you're doing your jumps. So there's quite a few different exercises. I'm sure you guys can come up with a few other ones as well, just to get you warmed up. But again, parents, if it's just the little ones running, it's not a big deal. Our bodies at that age are set to get up and go, and we don't need to really have to do too many stretches and things like that to go. Just like they go out and they run around at recess and don't need to do anything extra. So thanks so much for joining us for this. If you have any feedback or any other exercises there you wanted to see, then please just send us a little email and we'll get back to you. Thank you.